Hello everyone, welcome to our channel WebDev IT Solution. This is Alam and today we are going to see the session 2 of HTML. Let's begin. But before that, please subscribe to our channel WebDev IT Solution and stay connected. As this is session 2, so today we are going to see some basic HTML tag, attributes and elements. So without any delay, let's begin. As I told, this is session 2 of HTML. In this session, we are going to see HTML basic, HTML elements and HTML attributes. Basic of HTML, documents. Documents is nothing, it is a piece of HTML code. As you see, once we start writing the code of HTML, we have follow some rules. What is that rules? In that rule, first you have to write the doc type HTML. This is the first code you have to write in your editor if you are going to start the HTML code. So as I write here also, all HTML document or code must start with doc type declaration. The doc type declaration help browser to display the web page correctly. So if you miss this doc type, what happen? It will not show the page correctly. It must only appear once at the top of the page. So you will not write two to three times in your code, piece of code. The doc type declaration is not a case sensitive. What is the meaning of case sensitive? Case sensitive means you can use a small letter also, but the best way to write the code, what you see on your screen, doc type. Let's move further and see HTML heading. So what is HTML heading and how many types of HTML heading? HTML heading is nothing. It is a piece of code through which you can write your heading. Let's take an example of newspaper. Newspaper is having a full of sentences and paragraph with heading. Like that, here also we will use headings. But for that, we need to write some tag. HTML has 6 types of heading. As you see on screen, H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and H6. Any document will start with a heading. Any document means any paragraph, any sentences. If you want to write in your web pages, web application, website or anything, it should start with heading. Now let's move and see what is HTML paragraph. HTML paragraph are defined with the P tag. Each paragraph text should go in between the opening P and the closing P. As we see in our first session, tag is a full of pairs. Here also, if you are going to write the P tag, you can write in pair. First one is the open tag and the second one is the close tag. Inside that, you can write your content. Let's move to our another topic, link. So what do you mean by link? Link is nothing. It is a piece of code or you can say a tag through which you can connect one page to another. Means if you have a website and you have number of pages like 1 page, 2 page, 3 page and 4 page. You have to connect to these pages to each other. So you can use a tag for this particular pages to connect to each other. Let's see how. So the a tag defines a hyperlink which is used to link from one page to another, as I mentioned earlier also. The most important attribute of the a element is the href attribute which indicate the link's destination. So HTML image tag. What is HTML image tag? You can insert any image, whatever the format you have, in the form of JPG, PNG, whatever the format you have, you can display your image with the help of image tag on your website, mobile app or software. Following is the simple syntax to use this tag. Image src logo.jpg alt WebDev IT Solution. What do you mean by that? Image is a tag. Now src is a attribute equal to logo.jpg. Logo.jpg is nothing. This is the name of the pages. .jpg is the image extension or you can say format also. Alt is nothing. Once you mention your image, you have to mention the name. This is good for SEO purpose. But here Let's try to understand first coding part. We will see later the SEO part. If any problem happens to the image, the browser will show the image name. So alt is nothing. You just mention an image name to understand the browser. Okay, this is the name of this particular image, and I am not able to get this image due to some error, or image is not available inside the folder. At that time, the image name will display or appear. Let's move to our another topic, break. BR. The BR tag insert a single line break. Means if you are going to write a sentences or a paragraph and you want to put break, so you can use this BR tag. The BR tag is an empty tag, which means that it has no end tag. What do you mean by that? See, as I told earlier, and in our first session, we learned that any tag, whatever the tag available in the HTML, it comes with the pair. But few tag or exception tags are there which do not comes with the pair. Like BR tag, there are other tag also available which do not come with the pair tag. You can use only BR, and once you no need to close the BR tag. HTML center tag was used in HTML4 to center aligned text. Means if you write a text and if you want to put this text into the center and display this text on your website on center of the page, so you can use this center tag. Each text should go in between an opening and closing tag. As you remember also, whatever the tag we write, we have to write the content. So those contents will come in between an opening tag or end tag. Elements. HTML elements. An HTML element is defined by start tag, some content, and then end tag. So this is the format to write the code in HTML, like tag name, then content, and then tag name with the / HTML nested. HTML is nothing. So once we start writing the code, in that particular code we are going to write lots of nested HTML element like doc type HTML. After that we have to write HTML open tag and then close that tag. As I told, the HTML tag comes with the pair. You have to close this. Inside that HTML tag, you have to write head HEAD tag and then close HEAD once again. So these are the nested tag. Means inside the tag you can write one another tag. This is called nested. Attributes. HTML attributes. HTML attribute provide additional information about HTML elements. It means HTML attribute is nothing. Once you are going to write a tag means, as I told earlier also, a tag is used to connect the two pages and make a link in between these two pages. So end user can go and check the pages from one page to another. So for that particular things you need to write the attributes. Attribute here, href is the attribute. Once you write the a tag, then you have to write href equal to and then mention the link. Means some pages having a link, you can mention that particular page link here under the href tag, href attributes, and then once anyone click in visit www.webdev-it-solution.com, it will directly go to the website, because we use link here and we use a tag here. Now all HTML elements can have attribute. Of course, here we have a tag, so we are using href attribute. If we write an image tag, we have to write attributes src. Like that, if we write a p tag, we have attributes name called style. So there are lots of attributes available. We will see later. We will say in the next session. All HTML elements can have attributes. Attributes provide additional information about elements. Attributes are always specified in the start tag. Never ever we can mention the attribute in our close tag. Okay, we always write our attribute in the start tag only. Attribute usually come in name value pair, like name equal to value. So name equal to value means href, name of the attribute, href, style, src, these are the name of the attributes. And then value means, like here we are using our website URL, these are the value can be changed according to your uses. Attribute, there are many types of attribute. href attributes, src attributes, width attributes, height attributes, alt attributes, style attributes, lang attributes, title attributes, id attributes, and class attributes. Now we are done with the session 2. But before ending the session, please do subscribe our WebDev IT Solution channel. So let's start from the very beginning. I am going to open the Visual Studio Code. Here, if anyone don't know what is Visual Studio Code and how to install the VS Code, kindly go through our first session. As you see, Visual Studio Code is now up and running. Now let's select the file and then select the open folder, because we are going to open the folder to create any kind of website, application or software. So this is my folder. I select this folder. Now my folder is open. Let's create a subfolder inside this and give the name of the project. Now it's time to create an index file. So our extension should be HTML, because we are going to write the HTML code inside this file. Index.html is the key file for browser. Once you are going to run your website or software, the browser is going to search for index.html file and your page will display. So let's start. Select the index.html file. Our index.html file is empty now. It's time to write the first piece of code. As you know, what is our first piece of code, because I already mentioned in our theory session. Let's start from the very beginning. We are going to write doc type HTML. With this piece of code, we inform or we tell the browser that, hey, this is our HTML5 document or page. This code call here doc type declaration. In previous version of HTML5, doc type declaration is very long, lengthy and messy, but HTML5 solve this problem. By the way, HTML code is not a case sensitive, means you can use uppercase and a lower case to write the HTML code. After doc type declaration, our next piece of code is HTML elements. HTML, as you see, once we write the HTML, VS Code automatically generate the rest of the code. Elements having two sides. One is left side and one is right side. Left side piece of code is open tag and right side piece of code is close tag, as you see earlier also in our theory session. But there is an exception of elements which do not have a close tag, that is called empty tag. For example, BR is a empty tag. We will see later in this course. Press enter. So here I am going to write another piece of element, or you can say another piece of code inside this HTML element. Yeah. So press enter. Now I am going to write the HTML element, or you can say another piece of code inside the HTML element. So our next element is head and body. Let's see head first. Head element provide the information about the web page to the browser. Inside head element, I am going to add title element, which represent our web page name. I am going to write my web page name in the name of our company, WebDev IT Solutions. You can use any name as per your convenience. Now let's run this page and see on browser. To run the page, we have to save the page first. For Windows machine, just press Ctrl+S to save this file. For OS machines, you just press Command+S to save the file. Once you save the file, to run this page, first you need to select the index.html page. Then right click and select the open in other browser option. As you see, I have lots of options like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, Microsoft IE, Microsoft Edge. These are the browser name available. I am going to select Google Chrome. Once I select Google Chrome, as you see, our web pages start displaying on browser. But our web page is empty now. Why? Because we do not add any tag or any elements in our body section. Let's go to the VS Code and see what we write inside the title elements WebDev IT solution that will display on top of the page of the browser. So this is the title. You can say the name of the page. Now let's move and see the body element. Inside body element, we are gonna add new element that will display and appear our page. I am going to start with image element. img src equal to double quote, then alt equal to double quote. Now let's see one by one. This is our image element. This element is different from other element that we created so far. So first we are going to see what is the difference. There are two differences. The first difference is this element don't have any closing tab. This element only having open tab. So why this element having no closing tab? Because this element don't have any child element. That is why this element don't have any closing tab. Here in this element we are having two attributes name called src and alt. So let's see one by one what is the usage of these attributes. If you remember, I already told you what is attributes. Let's see here how we use these attributes and why we use these attributes. Here we have two attributes. With the help of these attributes, we can supply additional information about an element to the browser. To display the image on browser page, first we need to create a folder. Let's create a folder. Now it's time to download the image and save that image in image folder. Here I am going to use my company image. You can use as per your convenience. Let's download the image from the WebDev IT Solution website. Right click, click on save image as banner 1 inside the image folder what we created earlier. Just now we saved the file. Let's check. Yes, we have a file in the name of banner 1. Let's check the extension first. The same, why we check the extension? The same extension we are going to provide into our src attribute. So our extension is .png. So we are going to use the same extension in src attributes. Just cancel this and then copy the image, press F2, Control C. Now paste it here. This is nothing, an image name. I told you don't forget to provide the extension .png. Now let's save the file. Before going to run this file, let's provide some name of this particular image. I am going to provide the name WebDev IT Solutions banner. Save the file. Follow the same way to run this piece of code on browser. Just select the file, right click, open in other browser, select this option. You have an option of Google Chrome. Just select the Google Chrome. Now you see, you will get the WebDev IT Solution banner alt name here. This name coming from the alt attribute. That is why we are providing the alt attribute. Possibility is there, we don't have image, or by mistake we remove the image from the folder, or we do not provide the right path. For that we have to write the alt attributes to mention the name of that particular image. Let's move to VS Code and check what is the problem, why our image is not displaying on browser. As you see, actual problem is we don't provide the right path. So let's provide the right path first. To know the path of the particular image, we have lots of options, but as we are using the VS Code, we are going to type dot slash. You see, automatically your image folder is displaying here. You can press enter and select the images folder. Inside that you are able to see your image name with extension. It is start displaying. Select this while press enter. Now your path is correct. Save this file. Go to the browser. Refresh this page. See, your image is start displaying on browser. That's cool. Now let's move to another element or tag. Let's move and see the other elements name called P. The full form of P is paragraph. I think most of you people heard about paragraph. Yes, whatever you heard, the same thing you can imagine here also. Inside P, we are going to write some sentences. This is Alam and I love to teach you HTML. This is my paragraph. But before paragraph, and as you remember, I told you take an example of newspaper. In newspaper, means like newspaper is full of sentences, full of paragraph with heading. So we will provide heading also. There are 6 type of heading available. I am going to use H1 element now. This is my heading. Now we have image, we have heading, we have paragraph. What I am going to do, I just cut this code and paste it on top of the image. Why? Because H1 is a heading, it comes first, then P, paragraph, and then image. Next we will see A tag. A tag come up with the attribute href. This tag help us to connect one page to another, or one website to another, one application to another. How? We will see it here. For that, we will go to our company website, WebDev IT Solution. Here, we have to copy the link. For copy the link, press Ctrl A and then Ctrl C. Then paste it here in href attributes. Provide some content. This is company website. Save this file. Press Ctrl S. Now move to the browser. Refresh your web page. As you see, if I move the cursor anywhere of the page, my cursor shape and size is different. But once I move to or go to this particular content which is comes under A tag, see my cursor shape and size is different. Now once I click on this particular link, see that link will move me to my company website. So this is the use of A tag. Now let's move to our web page and let's see. This is our heading where we use H1 tag. This is our paragraph where we use P tag. This is our image where we use src attribute and alt attribute. Here we use A tag. Let's move to VS Code. This is all about HTML basic, HTML elements and HTML attribute. In next session we will see more about attribute and advanced HTML like ID, classes and more. For now, bye and take care. But before that, don't forget to subscribe to WebDev IT Solution channel and stay connected. Thank you.